And then bylaw 61 for zone change. And the motion, we're going to second for the zone change, because there was second by any discussion. Oh, sorry, read the bylaw.
Resolved that the following bylaw be read at first, second, and third time finally passed, bylaw number 61 2026. To amend township Suffolk Doctor zoning bylaw number 25 of 1998. For zoning board act 25-02, AG Tech NPS Limited at 292-171 Gordon Way.
Any discussion on the bylaw? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed, that's carried. We're not down to new business, oh no, sorry, notice of motion. No, all the time's been on council, I'm not sure this is the first time.
This is the first one,
That you've got.
yeah,
So, notice of motion,
so I finally figured out what it's for.
Speaking of this many here.
This is why the clerk doesn't have to write a report,
exactly.
that's why they do it. So anyway, here's the deal, the neighbor north of the Sweetbird Park.
Which park?
Well,
Okay,
Park, Sweetbird Park, Community Park, and he wants to fix that fence row. It is a mess. It's been a mess for as long as I've lived in Sweetbird. There's a fence in there, there's no cage wire fence in there that's fallen down. It's growing up in weeds and trees and goldenrod. We've had some dead trees in there, which we pulled out over the years. But the neighbor now wants to fix it up, put a new cage wire fence in, which makes sense. Yes. So it's gonna cost, 80. I forget what it is, 86 something. Yeah. Maybe almost 86 something. He wants to cost share it 50-50. Obviously, we should do a good neighbor. There's no difference than what we did in some of the other parks. I think we did a similar deal with the landowner next to the parking garage, you know. So anyway, that's all the report I got. The contractor is Better Fence and Deck, which is Mike Hay, so the local guy up the street. He's gonna do it. I don't know how, I'm really gonna be interested how they're gonna do it, because there's some trees and 8,600 bucks, how far that'll go. So that's a motion I'm making. If I can get a seconder. And then we pay for half of it.
so can you get a seconder?
Yeah.
Moved by, or seconded by, Bill, Council for the Town of Tilford, cost share approved, the cost sharing request in the amount of $4,237.50 received from the property owners of the first 743 Manline Dog Time, and the funding taken from the recreation reserve. So, any discussion? Councilor Clausen.
So concerning your motion, did you discuss what color the fence would be painted?
Page fence.
Big fire.
It's page wire.
It's wire.
It's the wire.
It's just.
You just pay it, you're gonna send it.
Well, can you paint wire?
Yes, you can. And as you retire, you have all the time in the world to think about it. So, couple of questions, I had on this, was, is there a contract or something that we know what the actual value is, and is that part of that contract? Looking for that.
So in the past, we have, when we've received requests like this, the contract has been with the property owner, and then we have reimbursed the property owner. They have paid the costs, and then we have reimbursed the property owner 50% cost. So if he is, yeah, we don't need to be a party to that.
Okay, that's,
So we approve it, we tell him to go proceed. He'll pay the whole bill and they'll refund him.
That's what we've done in the past, yes,
He'd have to show us a copy of the bill.
yes.
and the cost sharing, the amount of, notice what it's for in motion. So I wonder if that shouldn't be included in the motion.
Yeah, we should put in there specifically
Yes.
what it's for, yeah, who the contractor is as well. And just that our bylaw says that we would share on a 50% basis, so I mean, it would be good to say that 50% of, and then whatever,
Up
to 50%.
no, up to 42 months, 37, that's what, council's actually put it 42, 37,
Yes,
So I'm going to amend my motion to say. What should you say?
So the cost sharing request for a fence on the north side of Stuart Park
Yeah,
is shared with landowner whatever,
yeah,
and that council will reimburse the landowner up to 50%, the maximum of 40.
yeah, for, you clean up the fence row and the fence. And Millard Farms.
Councilor
Did
Clark,
they just get one quote or just one?
Yeah, this one.
Just,
did you want to vote?
no. No, I'm just wondering how much research
Well,
was
the-
done
no,
into
this-
this.
Township has policies about it. It has to be a certain amount before you get more than one quote. So we're just gonna let the there in the month.
Any further discussion on this? I think we want just a motion, any further discussion? All those in favor? Opposed, that's great. New business, Councilor Gillis, Beachville Legion North Sidewalk.
Yes, thank you. Last time I was at the Legion, I was asked the Legion, asked the council about this. So when they repaved, parking lot on the Legion, they obviously stopped the property line. When you go around the corner, Queen Street, I believe, sidewalk kind of comes around that corner where the grass is and then kind of stops. Well, this property line there will be paved to is where that sidewalk would be. And now there's a considerable lip between sidewalk and where it goes up towards the road, so. Question was whether we were actually gonna put a sidewalk or fix the sidewalk or add to the sidewalk or what. Down through there, or whether we were gonna pave from the road to make that even. It does pool a little bit of water there now because there is a 2-inch, 3-inch lip there now. So, I mean, it is kind of, with some members, there's a little Legion, a little bit of tripping hazard, you say. So I think it's something we need to look into.
Right.
And I know that on our road plan, that road was being looked at in 2030, but I wonder if this should be addressed.
Suggestion that have Adam and somebody look at it and bring back a report.
I would suggest that staff look at that and then how that could be dealt with, or should be dealt with.
Just the question is just council gonna recommend that action and. Or agree to that action? I don't think the motion, not time tonight, just. The recommendation or your suggestion is just staff look at the situation and bring back a report on how to best solve the issue.
Yeah.
It is a bit of a problem, I know.
Yes.
Okay, any discussion on that? So, general agreement,
Yeah, should have stopped.
okay, right, so, whoever will make note of that one. Thanks for bringing it up. Okay, we're down to council roundtable, so. Ward 5,
It's pretty slow in Ward 5. We did have a bad rain and there's a lot of damage in our wall island. That new clay we put on, we had to scrape it all back on it. And we had done some drainage work, we had a drain put in there. Put a French drain in as well as a regular drain. It just wouldn't carry all the water, that's a hard rain, so. stay tuned for, I don't think, water runs downhill and, left field is a lot higher than the wall climate, so. This is an age old problem and, it continues, so. Anyway, we got a crew together, we got it all fixed, and I think we only lost one dog game out of it. And Ball City's pretty well over, pretty successful year. Otherwise, pretty quiet. Lions Club very active. Yeah, farm show coming up, so getting ready for that. Otherwise, we finally got somebody to, run for council. Now we have two people running for council, and none of them are me. So, let's do that.
You better your papers sent so you can get people here to sign. So, Ward 2.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Not a lot happening in Ward 2 either. Durham Center Hall Board met on July 20th to discuss the options for redoing the mulch around the playground equipment. So we had this in talks with staff on that right now. So I think we're coming forward in the next meeting for that. Other than that, not a lot happening. I'll let Councilor Foster report on the hall for.
Good, and Ward 3, Councilor Clark.
Okay, so the all board's been quiet for the summer. Our next scheduled meeting is September the 15th, I believe, which is a little earlier than usual, given that we took a break. We're waiting on a report from Daryl concerning the kitchen and dealing with steam and problems from the washing, dishwashing, such like that, so we're looking forward to that. And we have some events coming up, another cornhole tournament in September, and we're gonna try for another trivia night in November, and we're also going to try and host the Halloween event party. Last year, the attendance was really low by the community, but that also fell on a very robust Blue Jays playoff schedule night, or the night they were playing, so we're gonna try it again. Just related to the hall, not sure if people know here, but Don Fuster will be retiring as the scheduler. So that, I guess, raises another question in terms of how that might be handled going forward. I know there's an electronic process that you can access. Are we happy with that? Do we want something in addition to that? I'm not sure, but something to think about. The in terms of other activities in the I came to my attention, I didn't get anything specific on it per se, but there was a little, I guess there's somebody selling baked goods in the village, and the health board was brought out due to a complaint, and she was told to stop, although I understand the health board is working with her. It was suggested that maybe she rent the hall or even the church, but given the marginal degree of profit, that may not be an option for them, so that was circulated on What's Up Mount Elgin, that story. But anyways, in terms of other things, it's, I guess, quiet. I've asked a number of residents in the ward if what's on their minds or any concerns, and people seem summertime happy.
You're doing a good job, congratulations. Ward 6, Councilor Gillis.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Yes, Ward 6, obviously Sydney was here talking about all the things going on in the museum, the camp continues. I was at the last car show, great attendance, great weather for that event. And hopefully the next one is just as good. I believe the 22nd and 23rd, yeah. 23rd of August again. And obviously highlighting the barbecue that'll be there this Friday night. From 5 to 7. Get your tickets for that. Also going on as well, the Parks and Rec Committee probably gonna have a meeting in the near future. to talk about projects and whatnot. We did have a problem with the pump in the pond, this summer. Unfortunately, motor failure, there was damage to the motor that could not be fixed, so we had to, put a new motor on it. Thanks to Daryl with getting that done for us and back in. There were some complaints about the pond until that got done, but all things aside, a lot of people had some happy comments since it's been up and running and keeping that water circulated. So the concern the committee has is obviously, we plan on doing some lighting upgrades and whatnot this year. And we're gonna have a meeting to discuss whether we can actually do that, depending on this cost that we have now incurred for this pond, so that'll be moving forward there.
Councilor Gilmore, what do you want?
Just two things to point out, that you don't get enough, beef barbecue, on Friday night. They have the firefighters pork barbecue on Saturday night this week. So you buy tickets at the door, and when that, they always usually have tons left over, so. And the All Board's Family Fun Days on Saturday, August 29th. They have, vendors, food trucks, bouncy castles, and petting zoos, so. They want something to do with your kids and grandkids, bring them on out.
Good. And Ward 4, Councilor Ray.
Pretty quiet in Ward 4, actually. I did attend my first Tillsonburg advice, airport advisory meeting.
I know.
Well, actually, we had one scheduled. And we didn't have quorum, so we had to cancel it. Then they rescheduled, we did have one on the 21st of July. It was interesting, lots of, I learned what was going on. They did sell one of their parcels of property to a neighbor that he'd been renting it for years, and with 120 acres. They sold that to one of the neighbors. They're looking at updating their lights, one end of the runway. They would like some trees removed, but the trees aren't on their property, and they're having. I think they burned the bridge between them and then the neighbor that owns the tree a long time ago. Just steadfast, you're not cutting my trees. I don't know what happened, but I finally brought it up and like. Anyway. Looked up, thought maybe I should have done that, but I was curious, why didn't ask the neighbor to take the trees down? But anyways, yeah, they do have, applications for 3 new hangars coming up. They've approved the application for 1. Construction will begin sometime in August. And after the meeting, I was approached by Carlos Reese on their request from the town of Tillsonburg about the tax. I want to know if we approved it, and I just said, no, we didn't. And he just said, well, why wouldn't you approve something like that? And I said, well, we look at it as business in the township, like any other business. And I said, if we give one business a break, it's gonna open the floodgates at every business. So that's why we go to what it is. But I said, next year's a new council. So maybe you need to ask him again. He was funny. And I think he said he was gonna contact the township. Did he ever contact you? After the 21st?
No, I received from them though the airport master plan.
Okay.
which we talked about, and I will circulate for information, but other than that.
He mentioned it after the meeting had ended. So. And I just said, no, I didn't approve it. I guess, what else can I say? He said, no, wasn't approved. So. It wasn't, I did learn a lot of interesting things that I had never. Knew about the airport and what's going on, and it was very, I found it, very interesting. Yeah. So they are moving in the right direction and stuff like that, so. They can really only expand to the one direction to the east, because to the west. They have hydro lines in 19th Highway, and they really can't go to the west, so their only option is to the east. So we don't get along with it, neighbor to the east there, things. Anyways, other than that, I enjoyed it, it was interesting, yeah, so. My next meeting there is in, 2 weeks. So. It's busy.
So, okay, from the county perspective, somewhere, my county report, Didn't actually get into the agenda this time, but, no worries. And the interesting part is that it didn't actually show up the day that the agenda was going out this time. I sent it out, immediately after the last county council meeting, which was a month in advance. Exactly. So, county council is tomorrow. You can anticipate another report on Thursday or Friday, so. If I don't get it done, I won't get it done, so. Anyways, the only thing I was gonna raise is, tomorrow, county council, the, report is recommending that the county enter into the, memorandum of understanding with the township regarding potentially, potential library space. And going ahead to, like, well, I mean, like, Toronto. If it's a provider, so, if we're kind of being basically on the town board. Looking at the affects, process of the moment. But we did that, I think we're in closed session, or we need to go to closed session, we have a motion, we're going to closed session, moved by Ways, second by Booker. Any discussion? Oh, yeah, went to closed session for whatever reasons.